What's going on, YouTube? It's that same place to be chilling with Mr. A&E. And also, not Deion Sanders. Prime time.
What's going on, y'all? It's me. It's me, the PRIME.
All right, we are back here for the Wednesday Night War. So, Wednesday Night War this week, we got a couple things going on. Big main event, big implications, two huge women matches on each side of the card. But the main event for Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's Championship. And also on the AEW side, we have Thunder Rose and Serena Deeb. Also, we have Inner Circle going to Vegas as well. So, we got a lot of things to talk about. So, might as well start off with NXT. This past week, this past thing. So NXT obviously starts off with what happened last week on NXT. Of course, Johnny Gargano wants his rematch against Leon Ruff, and then tonight also we're going to hear from the champion Finn Balor. What's going on with him? So we start off the night Johnny Gargano versus Leon Ruff for the North American Championship, and on this one, Leon Ruff is trying to be a little bit more, competitive. But I'm like, no, it's not happening, bro. And Gargano is the same way he tried to win last time with the crucifix pin. Gargano reversed that, gives him a torpedo. But at the top of the ramp, it's Damian Priest. He's sitting there just looking at him, and then Gargano hits the one final beat onto Leon Ruff, about to pin him, and then Damian Priest pulls Leon Ruff from outside and says, "Sorry, kid." Gives him a forearm right to the face, and then Leon Ruff is out. But since he hit Leon Ruff, that means he gets disqualified, but keeps his North American Championship.
Of course.
So now that Gargano won the match, but does not win the belt, so Gargano now is pissed. So we go on next to. First of all, so are you enjoying the whole story with Leon Ruff? Kind of, huh?
No.
I as of now, I think it's some way to get a new character over. Obviously, in my prediction,
you know how we can get new characters over?
Say what?
You know how we can get new characters over?
How?
By knowing who they are first.
Yeah, well, I understand. Yeah, NXT don't ever have no shock value to it, so I will give them, for having Leon.
I mean, Jake Atlas winning would have made sense for somebody that's slower that we still know, but I don't even know who this guy is.
You're right, but it's kind of like the same with Rich Swann almost, but he's not going to hold it past War Games. You know that.
Hopefully not. Well, yeah, sure. I'm surprised. Since we talk about it, I'm surprised War Games was December 2nd.
Yeah, you know what? I'm surprised that too. But it's on December 6th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll get a chance to breathe or something like that. So I don't know. Next up in a blindfold match, we have Dexter Lumis taking on Cameron Grimes. So
I know. Okay. See, I didn't even see this match. So cool.
Well, they both had the blindfolds on. Dexter Lumis was just standing in the ring with his blindfold on, looking extremely creepy. Cameron Grimes trying to go around and try to find where he is. He finds somebody, but it's referee, and takes the referee down. Beats up the referee, takes off the mask, and realizes that it's not Dexter Lumis. But he didn't take off his mask, and as he's trying to creep around Dexter Lumis, you can see Dexter Lumis' head kind of turn. So he tries to go for the cave in. Lumis sidesteps him and then clotheslines him. And then he takes off the mask, and they kind of fight to the outside. Cameron Grimes escapes over the cage and runs off. And that's just the way the match ends. So
real quick, I'm going to tell you, you probably seen this match. The worst, probably blindfold match I've seen is James Storm and the Wildcat. Probably the worst blindfold match I've ever seen.
I don't like blindfold matches.
Like the blindfold kept falling off. I swear they had to keep putting it back on. Oh my gosh! If you just go to blindfold match James Storm versus Wildcat Chris Harris, you'll be like,
I think I heard that match too, and I was just like, yeah, that's not.
It was in a cage.
Was it doing lockdown?
Yes.
Oh, see, no.
Lockdown 2007.
No, we're not doing that. We get backstage promos about how Shotzi Blackheart is talking about how Kansas is going to need an arm because come December 6th at War Games, they're going to be going to war. And it's just coming in a few weeks, so they got to be able to pick their team. So we're going to have a women's War Games match of Team Shotzi Blackheart versus Team Candice LeRae. Both women who in
Is
hardcore
it? Is
environments
this? It's gonna be
want to
4
die.
on 4, right?
Say what?
Is it gonna be 4 on 4?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I think I kind of already know who the teams may be.
Yeah, I think with Shotzi, Io, Rhea, and Ember Moon versus Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and
Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm about to say if they're not gonna have an NXT women's match on that card, so might as well. So
yeah. They
that's
don't have no
what
women's championship match.
you're right. So we have Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. So
Wait a
tag
minute,
team,
just real quick. Just real quick. By the way, why would EO care? They would have to do something to EO, right?
they would.
Because like, why would EO just say, "Yeah, I'm gonna join you in this match," and just hurt myself for no reason?
Like I said, once we get to the end of the night, the main event, so you don't spoil nothing. So
Yeah,
I'll give
yeah.
my theories to
Okay.
what it could be. But Case Gaza takes most of the heat, and then she tags in Kaden Carter. Kaden tries to pull up on I forgot what she did. I know Candice LeRae comes in and stops on Carter. It gives one of them stops, and it basically beat them for the matchup. So it was kind of off the match. I was kind of working at the same time and going back and forth between this match and AEW. So, but Candice LeRae, Keith Catanzaro get the win here. And then we get a little brief preview of Oroto Ruiz. I know I pronounced his name wrong, but he's been on Raw Underground. He's been in NXT before, but he's coming up next against your boy Kushida.
Uh,
So this matchup was pretty cool, but it was actually kind of quick when Kushida is unable to lock his hold in, but then he tries to rolls up Ruza for a pinfall and wins the matchup. So Kushida wins the matchup. So you have any thoughts on the matchup?
Kashida's been beating. Kashida's been beating everybody else clean, but he can't win to this guy with a roll up. Is that what y'all
Well,
telling me?
oh man, my camera fell over. No, what I think is happening is that obviously they're trying to build up homeboy. And since they're
I
trying to
know,
build
but
him up,
Little Kushida was just beating everybody clean, and now he can barely get a roll up against this guy that
but
we don't know about.
that's what I'm saying. They're trying to build this. Every time they say debuting next, that person usually gets to win unless your name is Dan Mather.
Yeah,
So
but why would you do a debut next against somebody that y'all are already pushing red hot? Is what I'm basically trying to figure out.
that I don't know him. He still
Yeah,
got to win.
that's like yeah, we're gonna build Bianca Belair up. We're gonna say debut next Bianca Belair against the champion Sasha Banks, or when she was going for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
But Sasha loses. It's like well, the both of them kind of don't help. It don't help none of them basically.
Gotcha. Another tag team matchup player where we got the two women, Ember Moon and Tony Storm, try to put the differences aside. They said they take on
Ooh,
Dakota Kai
it
and
might be
Raquel
5.
Gonzalez.
It might be 5 then.
Say what?
It could be 5 or EO just not in it.
I don't think you're gonna be in it.
Okay, so then Tony Storm.
Yeah, so I don't think you're gonna be in it. First of all, so we got my team of Little Thickness and Cake back there.
Hmm.
Ember Moon and Tony Storm. Raquel Gonzalez hits a nasty big boot on Ember Moon to the outside. She sells it like death, and then she stands on the apron, rolls her back in for a 2 count. But then Ember Moon fights back and then gives a Hurricane Run to Dakota Kai as she tags in Tony Storm. Tony Storm is doing the dirty work, taking out everybody. Ember Moon does dive through the ropes to take out Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai lays out Tony Storm, but as she goes to go pick her up, Tony Storm gets to roll up, and then Tony Storm and Ember Moon win the matchup, which pisses off, obviously, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. But then Indy Hartwell and then Candice LeRae jump Ember Moon and Dakota Kai to ring, and Raquel Gonzalez gives them both one-arm power bombs. That's why I was thinking that Rhea and Io got nothing to do with this matchup
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
that's I was trying to wait till we got to this part. But I think it's going to be Ember and Tony Storm going to join Team Shazzy Blackheart, which I think will be dope in the first anyway. Because Shazzy and Candice LeRae, they're gonna be the ones that's gonna try to kill themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shazzy Blackheart, when we top of that cage, they're gonna do a senton. Like, yeah, I hope y'all catch her.
Or don't.
Look, don't do that. This will be a girl, man. This will be a girl.
I
Don't do
know
that.
what I'm saying. Did you see her? You see her die at a fall. I mean,
I seen her
we all
live.
know is yeah. We all know it's better when she dies than when things go right. That's just the way it is.
I was in the third row. Listen to me. I was in the third row at the Evolution show when she dove through the ropes into that pile of chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I was right there. I was like, that hurt. I felt all that. I seen that. Like, you may actually be able to see me on TV if y'all see me that. But we are going back to commercial. We see Pete Dunne, Pat McAfee, Danny Burch, Ronnie Lorcan showing up at the arena because they haven't heard from.
Claps to Pat McAfee for making Danny Burch and Odin Lorcan good personalities.
He is. Pat McAfee's doing a great job. He really is. Like, this man can tell is a fan.
We'll get him later on, so I won't
Yes,
really keep going.
yes. Timothy Thatcher taking on August Gray. This match was really much nothing as Timothy Thatcher just does a lot of submissions and makes Gray tap out. And then after the matchup, Ciampa gets in the ring and they stare at each other. And then Timothy Thatcher says, "I ain't got no problem with you," and leaves the ring. Ciampa continues to stare down Timothy Thatcher, which that should be a good rivalry. Thatcher and Ciampa.
It's not for me.
Not for you?
Nah.
Are you just not a fan of Timothy Thatcher?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with him, but his style is just like a. I just don't like his style when it matches with other people's. Like I don't him and Champa's. I don't want to see him and Champa's style mixed together. Maybe that's just me though. So maybe the match could be match of the year. Who knows?
Who knows? But we don't know yet. Backstage, Leon. This happened actually kind of a little bit earlier, but Dan Priest talking to William Regal, and Leon Ruff comes in there talking about some man. I just heard you don't respect me, and if you don't respect me, if I can't be North American Championship, why would I go out there and try to defend the title? And that's because you just have the title. Dan Priest said, "Lord, they didn't like that." They said, "Okay," they slaps him, and then Priest gets pissed. Said, "You're gonna respect me." So now we come up to Dan Priest comes out for a match, but Gargano attacks Priest. So now they get in the ring and they're wrestling and fighting each other. And then all of a sudden, Leon Huff comes down. Leon Huff comes down and attacks both Gargano and Damian Priest and knocking them off the ropes. And then he's holding the title up, but then they both look at him like, no, this it's kind of like how remember when the Hurricanes about to chokeslam Stone Cold and Triple H in the Royal Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, wait a minute, this little dude ain't about to do this. So they about to go in the ring and attack him, but he flies outside the ring. So this leads me to believe that at War Games is going to be a triple threat match between Priest, Gargano, and Huff.
Where Damian Priest will win his title back, I'm assuming.
Yes, I can say, because he's there to take the pinfall. But it's like, okay, he had a decent run, but there's no way in the world that Leon Huff is holding on to that belt. He's just not doing it. It's just like you said, it was a
And
good shock factor.
if he does, then I'd rather him lose it to Swerve.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, but no, I think they're gonna give Swerve the cruiserweight first before they give him the North American.
Swerve should be done with the he should be done with the cruiserweight, shouldn't he?
I mean, yeah, he should. I mean, he should have been up to North America in the first place, but we gotta see what happens. We get a recap of what happened last week with the whole Boa and Raquel Gonzalez thing, and Commissioner Regal goes to the house of Boa, and he said that he has reported to the PC, where's Zia Lee, what's going on with like that, and then he keeps saying that she's coming. He said she's coming, and that's all he gets. It goes to the door right there, Regal's face. I'm just like, okay. So backstage, Leon Ruff approaches William Regal and asks that he has no idea what he's doing. He says he's sick of being treated like a joke. He wants to go Gargano and Priest. So, like I said, this probably is going to happen at War Games, which is going to be December 6th. So not that far from, a couple weeks. Thanksgiving's next week, and next thing you know, bam, we're gonna be there. NXT Women's Championship: Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley take Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. When I tell you, damn good matchup by these two.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a damn good matchup by these two. Both women did an immense amount of selling. One point where Io Shirai does a sunset flip to Rhea Ripley on the apron and power bombs her through the announce table. That was sick. I didn't even see that one coming.
The powerbomb through the table because I think it's maybe the third or fourth time they used the table like in history. So yeah, that's good when they use the table.
There have been a lot of near falls. So as Rhea Ripley is crawling back in from being counted for the table, Io Shirai hits her moonsault on Rhea Ripley and pins Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see that coming. I thought tonight Rhea Ripley was going to win the NXT. Huh? You think so?
Nah. If we're gonna wait till December 2nd, now we stop. But nah.
So this December 2nd.
If Io ends up having a match,
third, fourth, fifth.
If Io ends up having a match on December 2nd, she's gonna win.
So you think they're gonna okay, because they got to book a heavy show for December 2nd, but that's also got to be their go home show to War Games. You don't just wait for War Games to do the match.
No, because they're not gonna have a women's championship match at War Games. So if Io is in a championship match, she's gonna lose.
So Io Shirai is the winner. Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai shake hands after the match. They had both deep respect for each other, and it was a really good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Io's leaving, Finn Balor comes out and says that, let's get down to business. He hasn't been seen since he had broke his jaw in 2 places against Kyle O'Reilly. And then Pat McAfee and his group come out and taunt Finn Balor, and they talk about how they have taken out Drake Maverick and Killian Dane and Bree Zongo in the Undisputed Era. And then McAfee and the group surround the ring, and then he said if Finn respects NXT, he will hand their title over to them. And then Finn Balor.
So which one of them would get it? Pete Dunne?
Pete Dunne. It gotta be Pete Dunne.
I'm just saying, Pat McAfee would be like, yeah, I get the title, buddy, and nobody's gonna fight for this title, something like that. Seems like something
that will be what he do. But I'm like, no, he gotta go to Pete Dunne because McAfee's like the MVP, like MVP is in the Hurt Business. He's that talker. I mean, he can wrestle, but yeah, he's that talker.
Yeah, like MVP fought for the United States Championship like 5 or 6 times, and Bobby Lashley didn't fight for no title.
Yeah, exactly. Finn Balor says it's easy for the mice to play when the cat is away, but now the cat is back, and look what it dragged in. And then all you hear is the shock the system. And then we get Undisputed Era is back, and then all four when they come down there, and they just start cleaning house, and they have a big brawl. And
I like the fact that Pat McAfee is actually involved.
Yes,
I love that fact that he's actually throwing punches and getting punched. I like because usually when they have the quote unquote celebrities, they just sit there and let everybody else get beat up.
Yeah,
he's like, nah, I'm gonna do the little thing with Adam Cole, and then of course got big.
Yeah, Adam Cole like not the one his ass. So it was great. And on the outside on W Network or W.com exclusive, they announced that it's going to be a War Games match in the Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Owen Lorcan, and Danny Burch. So that should be a good one. Even I'm looking forward to the women's one more. But
I'm actually looking forward to this one more because Pat McAfee gonna jump off of something. He got to.
But you know what? Pat McAfee just as crazy enough to try that stuff. He ain't Gronkowski. He's not gonna be up there scared of 10 feet. Pat McAfee like he will take a dive.
This man is in his second match and having a War Games match. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And I guarantee he's gonna be the one to get pinned. He's getting pinned.
I don't think so.
You don't think McAfee's gonna get pinned? They're not gonna pin Pete Dunne.
No, but I don't think McAfee is gonna get the pin.
You did they may win it?
I think Danny Burch and Only Lorcan might get pinned if they
Okay.
get. I just see them like torturing McAfee, but then like sacrificing him to like throwing him to the side, and then actually winning, beating one of them. Who knows? You know,
Who knows? But I think it's gonna be a dope storyline because it's been dope so far.
did Adam Cole get pinned like 2 years in a row? No, Adam Cole's always involved in a decision.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. Because the f- the first one he got pinned, or
This is
whatever one what happened to Ricochet, he got pinned. Then the
yeah.
other one against Senator, he was the one that did the pinfall,
Mm-hmm.
and then against Kevin Owens, he was the one that got pinned. So it's always him in the decision.
It's amazing how Undisputed Era has been in every single War Games match.
I like it.
I
It's the
mean,
undisputed era match.
yeah, you know that's what it probably should be called. That's what it probably should be called. It. So it's going to be a banging ass War Game. So now it's time to go over to, of course,
W Dynamite.
So Dynamite, we got a lot of things that go on here. I did miss a couple things with Dynamite, so I need your little help here.
Okay.
And I missed the contract sign between Kenny Omega and Moxley.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. I must have missed something good. And I missed the Young Bucks taking on Top Flight, Security and
Okay.
World Credit.
Okay. Okay.
So, of course, we start off with the Young Bucks taking on Top Flight, Darius
Mm-hmm.
and Dante Martin. So, other than the Young Bucks winning, what much happened?
Their name is Top Flight, which they were not lying. It's high flying, flippity doos and doody dee daws and all that type of stuff. That's
Something
basically what it
FTR
was.
hates, right?
Basically, that's basically what it was. It was a all right. I'm gonna do a suicide dive and put him in the corner. All right, now I'm gonna go and jump over the rope. All right, now I'm gonna go back and it's like somewhat similar of the Motor City Machine Guns offense, but they actually do the move. Like Motor
Got
City Machine Guns, they do like the fake and they fake you out. It's like they go one person do the move, then one person get him up and hold him. He do the move, then he hold him, then he go off the ropes and he hold him. It's like they playing ping pong. It's like okay, we get it.
mm.
But yeah, the Young Bucks basically just wanted to show what they can do, what the other team can do. So yeah, they solid. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with them. They might get a better push than Private Party is getting. To be honest
I
with you,
love you. I'm never gonna give up my private party. They got Matt Hardy
I'm
on their
not
side.
giving up on them, but I'm saying I guess their character, quote unquote, could be more of a pushable thing than just we like to drink part and this ain't water and we like Matt Hardy.
Gotcha. Well, it's time to see what's going on in Vegas with the Inner Circle, MJF, and Warlow. Well, Campbell said they're all Inner Circle. So what I like this whole segment. They all get to Vegas, and then it's kind of like, you know, the reality shows. Or so somebody goes to Vegas, they're like, "Welcome to Inner Circle's in Vegas," and they show the Vegas skyline, and everything, and they're walking around. So the whole time that they show clips of these guys walking around, Jake Hager and Warlow are staring at each
I
other.
like it. That's funny.
That was great. They were
Even
staring
when
at each
they saying
other.
welcome to Vegas, they both like welcome to Vegas.
Exactly. Yeah, but they keep their eyes on each other the whole time, which I thought was just like great
Now
storytelling that they don't trust Warlow or MJF
the
at all.
the first slow motion, the one that they did the first time, and they walk in the slow motion, you still got Jake Hager and Warner looking at each other, but then you got like everybody else all hugged up in the front. I don't know. I'm just like
Exactly.
this whole thing was funny.
It was.
I'm trying to think of what they did. They went to the
So
casino, right?
they went to casino
Mhm.
to play craps, and then they went to the bar. And Jericho and MJF did the whole steak thing with the bartender. They
Mhm.
went from asking for, first of all, MJF asks for two slippery nipples,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Jericho asks for something else, and then they get harder liquor, harder
Surprised they didn't
liquor.
just say. I'm surprised they didn't say whiskey. I thought that was like one of the ones that people say.
You said what, whiskey?
Yes.
Well, that they kind of got to. It's not whiskey, but when they go to, like, let's get the shot straight bourbon or stuff like that. When you get to that whole dry shit, and then with Jericho asks for the 100% grain Everclear, like just pure alcohol, just like after the moonshine, because moonshine is one of the strongest things, and then
Mhm.
that 100% stuff, that corn liquor stuff that my dad would drink. So they get a shot at. They drinking it down. Obviously, it's like water or something. And they drinking it down, and then they was just
That
like,
looked like a big shot. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
it was a whole nigga. They drunk it all down, and they were both like, "Son of a bitch!" He said, "My insides is burnt." Uh, that was great. As they're still walking and stumbling, and they
And I
see
like the slow motion when they're stumbling as well. Because Jericho literally
exactly,
almost fell over this clown dude, whoever that was in the front.
exactly. I thought it was cool. And then Hager and World still say each other. And then of course Santana Ortiz said, "Look, man, we got somebody here to help turn this party up." And
Of
who gets out the
course.
car?
Of course.
It's Conan. Conan
Of
about to be
course.
about it. So Conan is back. Dude, what happened to Conan, man? He got old, got a gut now.
He was old then. He was old in the 90s. What are you talking about? What happened to
uh,
Conan? He was
Co-
like 40 in the 90s.
yeah.
He
So
had to be 40, at least 40 in the 90s.
I'm about to say, so when Conan was doing the Wolfpack thing, he was in his 40s, you say?
He had to be a 35.
Because that man is old, but he's still bad and bad. So
I
y'all
mean,
get in the car.
he's like what, 60 in the 60s at least.
My God. Well, that's Papi Chulo right there. So he
They had a
they start
green day. That's what they call it, a green day.
blowing in the car.
Hmm.
And then they get out, and then he was just like, "Yo, man, Chris, I see a dragon." He said, "Conan, there's not no dragon." He said, "There was that over there." He's like, "Oh my God, I see a dragon." It's somebody in a dragon suit.
Are we supposed to believe
Um,
that they just blew it up? Are we supposed to believe they all blew it up?
exactly.
That's funny
And
though.
then they're drinking, and then Sammy Guevara's like, "I don't like you." He said, "What you mean you don't like me?" He says, "No, I don't like you." They start laughing. So that's the end of part one. We're going to come to part two later on. So now we get to well, first of all, John Moxley cuts cuts a promo in the bag where he drops some big news like nonchalantly, and it's just like, let me tell you, he said, I'll tell you about a story. My dad picking me up from the police station, and Moxley says his dad told him something he would never forget, that we're the good guys. And I'm like, what's that referring to? But moving on. So
I
uh
didn't get that part of it either. That part of the segment either.
say what?
I didn't get that part of the segment either. If we're the good guys, I was just like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm like, are you saying the police are not the good guys? Are you saying
I
that
don't
you are
understand.
not the good? I'm like, I said, there's too many innuendos right there. I said, I'm gonna leave that shit alone. But he said, but Omega doesn't scare him. He said, he's grown for 60 years. Oh, and he just casually drops that Renee Young's pregnant.
Yep.
So now each member of the Shield got a baby. Roman just had twins, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Roman got 5, man.
well, he got
Jeez.
5 now, but he just had like the newborns twins. Seth
Yeah.
Rollins about to have his baby next month, and then now Moxley and them they're expecting, bruh. I'm telling you, 20 years, the new Shield is happening.
I don't think they're gonna be. I don't even think they're gonna be friends. To be honest with you, I'll be. I don't think they're gonna be friends at all.
Hey, we seen reunion shows, man. Things happen.
They're just like, hey, our guys used to hang out. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that'd be like the extent of them talking.
Yeah, Moxley thinks he's the best wrestler in the world. He's not scared of Omega. Orange Cassidy is up, taking on Kip Sabian. Good matchup here. Penelope Ford's on the
Well,
outside.
come on, you can't. You cannot skip that.
Say what?
You cannot skip Penelope.
Oh no, I said she was on the outside. Yeah, I said Penelope Ford's on the
Like,
outside.
never stop. Booker T said. Booker T. I'm actually using Booker T quote, but I'm not. So keep it going.
Shuck it, crack quack.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Orange Cassidy fights off the swinging net breaker, but gets a knee to the face, and then he traps him in that orange hook that he tried to get Jericho in for the victory last time, but it looks better with Kip
Yeah,
Sabian.
I think it's called the mouse trap.
Oh, my bad. I
No, I
know.
say I think that's what it's called. I don't know if it's called that for sure.
Okay, well, he got him in that, and then he wins. So Run Mero comes down and
They look like.
and his Adidas and gets him a hard clothesline, which gave my wife a little chuckle. And then the best friends come and chase him outside of the ring.
Just real quick, did you see that like video that came out with them for
Yeah.
AEW that they did for AEW?
The what?
It's like a revolution video. It's like it starts off with Nyla Rose and she's like destroying a Jaguar with a sledgehammer.
No, I did not see that
You
one.
don't see that? Oh, okay. I think it's a good look. It's
Hmm.
like a 2 minute video, basically just it's like a music video of AEW, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, that I gotta see that. Kind of
It's
like
like
the General cool, the
no,
General.
not a music video, but a video.
Oh,
Like we're in our first year, and this is what you think is yet to come, or you know, this is only our first year, and we doing all this. What you think is next, type of thing. Yeah,
oh, okay.
pretty
Well,
much.
yeah, it's, a lot of things is coming. Part two of the inner circle in Vegas. So then, they're on the roof. Jericho makes a toast and welcomes Elvis to the inner circle. They're all drunk. And Jeff makes a speech, so he appreciates everybody. And then he was like, we're blood brothers. And Sammy's like, okay, good. Let me cut my hand. We could be actual blood brothers. They're like, yo, calm down, Sammy. So then they all wake up in the hotel. Jericho's just like, yo, what, Elvis, what's happening, Elvis? Sammy Guevara sleep in
Fountain.
a fountain, and then
And Jeff was in the bathtub.
yeah, so everybody's waking up like, what the hell happened? Then,
Uh,
then you have Ortiz out there pumping
yeah,
this iron,
he got a shirt that said "bride" on. What?
and then MJF got all this stuff written on his face that I guess the Sammy Guevara wrote, and
I'm
then
assuming it said like soft or something like that.
yeah, so Jericho and Santana find Hornswoggle in a diaper, and that's where the segment ends. I'm like,
They didn't
we
even acknowledge that it was Hornswoggle. They just said yes, a baby.
we know who it was.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
So maybe they'll continue next week. I'm not sure.
I know because they actually are in Vegas though. Well, they actually were in Vegas though, so I kind of like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Vegas still open. Philly about to close down again. So, and everything stay open in Florida where y'all at.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Pac versus the Blade is up next. With Eddie Kingston.
No commentary. Yep. Oh, actually, when is the contract signing segment? Is it before this or after this?
The contract segment, honestly, it comes up. Actually, I pass this because
Okay, well, I just bring it up anyway.
after what they have listed here after this is we have the women's the NWA women's title, then
Mhm.
Brian Cage and Ricky Stark. So
And well, I just
you
bring
know
it up
what?
here.
Honestly, that's my fault. After Orange Cassidy was the contract signing, then it went to the inner circle thing. So we can talk
Okay.
about the
Okay.
contract signing.
Well, all right, cool. Basically, Kenny Omega came out with his. He had like a, how he had a different intro this week. His intro was nice this week. I ain't gonna even lie. As a
Uh-huh.
as a heel or whatever he want to be, it was like he, like John Moxley, is undefeated this year. Unlike John Moxley, he is in the Hall of Fame of the Wrestling Observer News. He has studied in North Carolina. It was just like different stuff. I don't know. I like this week, but he came out, signed the contract. Moxley was found backstage, beat up, and his nose was bloody. And Omega was like, first it was your arm, now it's your nose. What's gonna be next? I don't know, but I'm gonna be there. Are you? And that was it. He just walked off.
Oh wow.
And I might as well add this segment because I don't know when it comes up, but Brandy Rose is just walking and gets attacked by Jade Cargill.
Oh well, actually, yes. The
Okay.
Jay Cargo comes right after the Pac match.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I just said it early anyway. Weirdly enough, Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero are helping her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. At least they was keeping the referees away, which I thought they broke up last week too. But all right,
Yeah,
cool.
she put Brandy Rose's arm into the chair, and then she steps on the arm, and then coming to Brandy's rescues Big Swole. And I like how
Sure.
Big Swole comes, and Big Swole at the top of Big Swole here comes to like Jay Cargill's chest.
Yeah. No, she tall, especially with heels on. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then she could not be bothered any less. She was like, "Yeah, sure, you're gonna do something to me, sure."
and look good too. So hey, uh, Pac, but I know we're going a little out of order, but Pac versus the Blade with Eddie
Mm-hmm.
Kingston on commentary. Uh, I said the Blade didn't have much chance in this matchup here.
Nah,
Pac,
I
goes
did
for
like Eddie on commentary though. So
oh yeah, he was great on commentary.
mm-hmm.
Goes for a superplex, and then he tried to go for a Black Arrow, but he hits a shooting star press off the top, and then
Mm-hmm.
puts Blade into it's not the rings of Xander, but it's
The
called the
brutalizer.
Brutalizer, and he goes for the win. So after the matchup,
I
the
did not
Butcher
like these after. I didn't like the after match segment.
well, let's see, we have the Butcher that comes down, but the Pac gives a super kick, and then Ray Phoenix comes down
Ray
because
Phoenix came down looking drunk. Like he could not get his footing. He was falling all over the place.
he did. I was just like, whoa, he tripping and shit. I don't know what was going on, but Eddie Kingston was in there beating up Pac, and all of a sudden he comes to try to save Pac because they had that Death Triangle group, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden we hear Ray Phoenix, not Ray Phoenix, Rick, damn
Penta,
it,
Penta.
Pentagon coming
Yeah.
down, and we're like,
He
what's
tripping
going
all
to
over the
happen? Is he
place.
going to hit his brother, or is he going to go after Kingston? And he does. He goes after Kingston, the Butcher Blade. So
Tripping all over the
obviously,
place as well.
say
Yeah.
what?
Penta was tripping all over the place as well.
Yeah. So that means we're going to have a 6-man tag team match soon.
Yeah, I assume that's what that was leading to. I'm assuming Pac was gonna get the Death Triangle back in it, and Kingston was gonna keep butchering the Blade.
Yeah. So,
Be interesting. At least they might actually have 6-man titles now because they got a lot of 6-man teams. If you want to count the Elite,
oh
the
man,
Best Friends,
I
Orange
I don't know.
Cassidy, Dark Order. I'm not saying now. I'm saying they have enough 6-man teams if they wanted to do that. But I don't think they'll do it now. That's way
That's
down the line.
I remember when Lucha Underground did it, the 6-man tag, but I was like, that ain't going over for me like I wanted to. So that's either here or there. NWA Women's Title, Serena D taking on Thunder Rosa, of
I
course.
don't like. Sorry.
Go ahead. What you gonna say? You don't like what?
I don't like how they treat the NWA women's division better than their women's division.
I was just about to say that I agree with you on that one. And
Mhm.
however, I thought this match was going to be slightly longer,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Well,
but
it is a
but
women's match on AEW, so
yeah. So um, as Thunder Rosa hits a butterfly suplex for a 2 count. Uh,
I'm, I'm sorry. The attire is just amazing. Keep
yes.
it going.
First of all, both women are out here. Much respect. I already know there was going to be a hands down a good matchup
Hmm.
by these two. Deep ends with a neck breaker, and then hits a spear on the apron. Then the Rosa goes back and hits a German suplex. It's a lot of stuff going on. It hits a drop kick, sending Serena to the floor. But outside there is Reba, the U.S. with Britt Baker, and then Britt Baker hits a net breaker on a Thunder Rosa on the apron, and then Serena Deeb comes in, hits her power bomb. Rosa does kick out, she does,
Hmm.
but then hits a double stop. But they go back and forth, and Serena Deeb finally does hit a arm capture pedigree, which I was like, that's a thing. But I was like,
Hmm.
okay,
Of
it
course,
looked
it's
kind
a
of
thing
dope, and beats Thunder Rosa. So the match only was just under the 13 minutes. It says 13:25 here, so
that's a long match for the women on AEW. So I'll take it.
it is. But after the match, Thunder Rosa goes after Britt Baker and starts attacking her. Those are the barricades, and then they started fighting with the crowd chanting and let them fight. So Thunder Rosa, Britt
I don't
Baker,
like it. I don't like it
to tell you why I don't like it.
because Britt Baker should be going for the world title, so we can actually, see the world title more.
Oh, you talking
Why?
about the AEW title, right?
Yeah, what's the point of y'all having a champion? Y'all just put her in the crowd every week just so she can smile and say, "Hi, I'm here."
I mean, like I said, even though say AEW's been doing good, one thing AEW needs to work on is definitely their women's division.
Yeah, because like you just literally had a champion that every week y'all put her on dark just to smile and look at the camera, and that's it. Like, all right,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. Man.
So now we get John Silver and Anna Jay cut a promo backstage. Brody Lee has demanded Anna Jay receive a shot at Sheeta next week. So that's probably what's going to happen. Uh, Main event. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks taking on Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin in a tag team matchup. Fun tag team matchup here. Arn Anderson gets ejected because he threw a chair in the ring. I don't want to come back and hit him.
Question.
What's up?
Did not see the end of this match. Did I see a typo on what the finish was?
Depends on what the type you're looking at.
It said he hit a drill claw from the top rope.
That's not a typo.
He hit a drill claw from the top rope.
That's not a typo at all.
So they just gave that away on TV. Him
They
hitting the drill
gave
claw
that
from the
away
top.
on TV, and
It was the Darby Allin, right?
Yeah, of course. Cody ain't taking that shit. Not at all. There's a double German suplex in the corner with Darby holding Ricky Starks, and then Brian Cage suplexes Darby Allin. A lot of back and forth stuff here, but as Darby Allin's going on the top rope to try to go for a coffin drop, Cage jumps up, gives him Ricky Starks holds onto his leg. Cage jumps up and gives him the high knee, and then he picks up Darby Allin and hits a drill claw from the top rope, and Darby Allin falls so hard he like pops back up in a standing position and falls to the other side. It was a sick it was a sick bump.
I would say that for a Brian Cage pay-per-view match, and if anybody kicks out of that, then that's just
no.
That's
That one. So Team Taz wins. But Team Taz starts attacking Darby Allin and Cody, and then here comes to the rescue Will Hobbs with a chair and takes out Team Taz, and then he holds up the FTW championship of Brian Cage's. As Cody gets up, he hits Cody with the championship. I called it. Will Hobbs attacks Cody. Say what?
I think everybody's seen that coming. Like after, well, not everybody's seen it coming, but like after a while, people was like, "Oh, maybe he's just gonna join Taz." So
I just want to know if I can get my credit for calling it.
Sure, get credit.
I called it was going to happen, and they attacked because they just said Will Hobbs is in action next week. I said no, because he attacked one. He gonna beat one of them down. He beat both of them down. So now that's Team Taz with Brian Cage, Will Hobbs, and Ricky Starks. So I did that. It's pretty dope here. So, and that was the end of Dynamite. So for you, which one wins, Dynamite or NXT?
I might be slightly NXT just because of the real EO match.
The real EO match was good. Leon Ruff's match was good also. Well, the stuff with Leon Ruff, I enjoyed it.
The blindfold match I didn't really care about, of course. That's why I didn't watch it.
But then AEW does have the Vegas segment with the Inner Circle.
Yeah, a very good segment. A good match with Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
And the Young Bucks match was good too. Actually, I'm letting you know what AEW.
Yeah, I'm gonna go this week, isn't it?
I'm gonna go AEW.
AEW for the win here.
Yep.
I'm actually. I was like, I'm going with NXT this week.
Okay.
Because reasons being, like I said, I'm cool with the Leon Ruff storyline. I love Io and Rhea. They tore the house down tonight. Also, then the Undisputed Era came back with Pat McAfee and him getting involved in that. You can't. And Finn Balor came back also. So, and then we set up everything for War Games. So, this is great with that. It was more setup and story in NXT. So I'm picking NXT this week. Okay. But you guys can post out in the comments down below who you guys think won the war this week. Hit the like button if you guys enjoy our video. Hit the subscribe button as well. And if you listen to us from the podcast, stay tuned for as we're about to go on to our next segment. But for here on YouTube, this is NCM Place to Be, Chum Train Mr. D, and not Deion says prime time.
All right, y'all.
All right, and the Nerd Coalition is out.